Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Snigdha Mahapatra, intern at LexClick, and the topic for today's video is Memorandum of Association. One of the first steps in the formation of a company is to prepare a document called the Memorandum of Association. The Memorandum of Association of a company contains the fundamental conditions upon which alone the company has been incorporated. According to Section 2, Subsection 56 of the Companies Act 2013, memorandum means memorandum of association of a company as originally framed or altered from time to time in pursuance of any provision of any previous law or of this act. This definition, however, does not state the nature of this document nor is indicative of its importance. In the celebrated case of Ashbury Railway Carriage and Iron Coal Limited versus Ridge, it was observed the Memorandum of Association of a company defines the limitation on the powers of the company. It contains in it both that which is affirmative and that which is negative. It states affirmatively the ambit and extent of vitality and power which by law are given to the corporation, and it states if it is necessary to state negatively that nothing shall be done beyond that ambit. Thus, it serves two purposes. It enables shareholders, creditors, and all those who deal with the company to know what its powers are and what is the range of its activities. An intending shareholder can find out the purposes for which the company is made and for the purposes for which he is investing in the company and what his money will be used for and the risk he is taking in making the investment. Likewise, anyone dealing with the company, say the supplier of goods or money, will know whether the transaction he intends to make with the company is within the objects of the company and not ultra vires its objects. It has been observed in certain quarters that the Memorandum of Association is an unalterable charter. However, in the present day context, it does not appear to be wholly true. The Act was amended to provide for the alteration of the various clauses of the memorandum. Section 13 of the Act provides that except the capital clause, which may be altered by passing an ordinary resolution, a company may, by a special resolution, and after complying with the procedure specified in this section, alter the provisions of its memorandum. The Memorandum of Association not only defines the powers of the company but also confines them. A company cannot act beyond the powers given to it by the memorandum. Any action outside the scope of memorandum shall be void and inoperative. The purpose of the memorandum is to enable the shareholders, creditors, and those who deal with the companies to know what is the permitted range of activities. It tells the shareholders the purposes for which their money is likely to be used. Section 4 of the Companies Act requires the memorandum of a company to contain the following. First, the name of the company with limited or private limited as the last words of the name in the case of a public company or a private company, as the case may be. In case of one-person company, Section 12 requires that the words one-person company must be mentioned in brackets below the name of the company. Second, the name of the state in which the registered office of the company is to be situated. Third, the objects for which the company is proposed to be incorporated and any matter considered necessary thereof. Fourth, the liability of members of the company, whether limited or unlimited, and also state whether, in the case of a company limited by shares, that liability of its members is limited to the amount unpaid, if any, on the shares held by them, and in the case of a company limited by guarantee, the amount up to which each member undertakes to contribute to the assets of the company in the event of its being wound up while he is a member or within 1 year after he ceases to be a member for payment of the debts and liabilities of the company or of such debts and liabilities may have been contracted before he ceases to be a member as the case may be, and to the costs, charges and expenses of winding up and for adjustment of the rights of the contributories among themselves. Fifth, In the case of a company having a share capital, the amount of share capital with which the company is to be registered and the division thereof into shares of a fixed amount and the number of shares which the subscribers to the memorandum agree to subscribe, which shall not be less than one share, and the number of shares each subscriber to the memorandum intends to take indicated opposite his name. And lastly, in the case of one person company, the name of the person who, in the event of the death of the subscriber, shall become the member of the company. It may be noted that the memorandum of association of a company cannot contain anything contrary to the provisions of the Companies Act. If it does, the same shall be devoid of any legal effect according to Section 6 of the Companies Act. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel and see you in another video.